Uh, we'll talk about the other doll in a minute because that's just horrendous, all of that. Right. Uh, the one that clings on to D, from what I can gather, you know, yes, I liked that book. The characters that I didn't like the one that the main character liked. From what I can um no, there was two characters. One, she was very breasty, and I felt, obviously that the author had gone through it too. Until you live that life, you have no concept. But to be just spoken to as breasts, it's horrible. And the second character obviously was the disfigured one. So those were the two characters that I liked. No, I didn't have the hots for the older man at all, but obviously Brad did. So I mean that it's just ridiculous. I'll take when my grandfather died, I went to the funeral, and well, I can't even remember it, and apparently it wasn't the funeral. And the cousin that I spoke to, who wasn't the cousin. And apparently, from what I can gather, the actual funeral, I was supposed to have run in and sobbed and been, wildly inappropriate, as in, highly emotional. Have you met me? I didn't really know my grandfather, and I just would not do that. It's just not in me. Um, but that was the story of my life. That's what I'm saying. That there were two moms. There were two this. Um, so I would love to meet the 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 cousins. They're the only ones that I would like to meet. Obviously, I had nothing to do with all that, and I hope that that uncle that did do it, um, and I hope gets charged. Apparently, the son did the same thing, so I don't know. Keep away from them all. Um, from what I can gather, there was the family in Tasmania had decided that they were going to get money from me because of John. Um, all I can say is if you don't take any notice of their history of deaths around them, and you decide that you are going to somehow blackmail me, emotionally blackmail me, and they are going to pay you money when I have not received a cent, nor would I ever take a cent from them. And if I wouldn't take a cent from them, why do you think a complete stranger you've got any chance? You need to be arrested to think that you thought you could get money from because of that thing that happened with mum, which clearly was some huge setup. How did that person get my telephone number when I was in um, Pennsylvania? And why was that other person walking around with red Wellingtons? You do these huge hijackings, and then you have these like huge scenes that only seem to come from television. And it's always extremely dark, and it's always like from the 1950s, very Catholic. It's the only way I can describe it. Um, and then you seem to want court cases from these scenes. Don't be silly. Um, Another thing that I've had in my perpetual life, don't say this, don't say that. You know, if I am to marry into a family unit, they would have to know that I don't believe in anything that's Christian. They would have to know that. How awful, just for them. And no mother would want a son, a son's wife, to be lying. They would, they want the truth. over the lies. Nobody wants anybody in the family unit that is lying to get in. No one. That's that. I know it goes against every single thing that you. That's over the years. Don't say this, don't say that. I used to think, why? Why are you not allowed to say that's ridiculous? It's only you that believes that lies will get you in. The worst is that I did a business course, and God's honest, that it was all wrapped around a web page because I now find out 5 years later because one of the family members is on that web page, and what they thought that we would spend our entire lives talking about web pages. Where does your brain go? Because you refuse to accept every conceivable thing about me because I'm female and popular, because you loathe it, because you loathe it, you think everybody else loathes it. I do believe that Mary went completely crazy and really did believe that that if I didn't have children, or I do believe some of the attacks was Mary, without a doubt, without a doubt. Um, There is no way a straight man is going to go for a gay man. What are you going to do? Hypnotize? That wears off. What? And this thing about how you like to get hold of people and turn them the other way. Why? Why are you wasting your time on people that you have nothing in common? Don't you? It just doesn't make sense. Why would you do that? I know when I hijacked again, and I've had to stay with them, and it's that whole group mentality. And because they're all single, and one of them would say, oh, I met this woman, and they would all leap on them and go, oh, she likes you, oh, you're in there. I mean, like perpetual. Guarantee that the woman just said, oh, hello, and that was it, right? Guarantee it. Why are you setting up your friends to fail? Why do you do that to each other? Like, really? Why do you do that?